that you would implement proactively.
Portia says, a very interesting and helpful topic. Thank you so much, Portia. Thanks to everybody else on the live feed today. Stay exactly where you are, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Really, really fantastic information being shared here on the show. The news at 6 is straight ahead. See you tomorrow.
Here with Shanique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shanique on the conversation, yeah.
Hey, I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Miss something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, first at 6. Enacting empowerment. Parliament looks to take the inner city to new heights. Fire strikes at a Palmdale business house. And a prominent pastor passes away.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Topping the news tonight, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis has identified as one of the signature initiatives of his administration, empowering the inner city of New Providence. Well, he tabled the Economic Empowerment Bill 2018, not only to ensure a better way of life for those residents, but to make sure that business is also given a boost. Altavi's Munnings was in Parliament today as debate on the bill began.
The government has selected the over-the-hill community of New Providence as the first zone under the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill 2018. Zone designations will be granted to areas that encompass high levels of poverty, unemployment, or crime. In tabling the bill in the House of Assembly on Wednesday, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis noted that each zone order shall last for 5 years and can be renewed 3 times.
Businesses in an economic empowerment zone are expected to benefit from the preferential treatment and to get on their feet and grow stronger. The time period that we have chosen is sufficiently long to bring about certainty so that businesses can plan and grow, but short enough so that we do not create an unlimited entitlement. Through data collected by the Prime Minister's Delivery Unit, we will be able to measure and review the results of the zones on a yearly basis. And following review, the government will determine whether the benefits will be continued.
Along with exemptions and incentives, Prime Minister Minnis revealed that businesses in the zones must also engage in corporate social responsibility.
Donations to a local charity, supporting youth empowerment program, supporting a heritage or cultural program or initiative, supporting a local youth sporting team, adopting a school, or volunteering in or supporting a local feeding program and nutrition initiatives to reduce obesity and non-communicable food-related diseases.
The Prime Minister maintains that the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill will enable the government to provide much-needed relief to residents and businesses across the inner city of New Providence. Altavi's Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Parliamentarians observed a moment of silence today in remembrance of several Bahamians who passed away recently. The Member of Parliament for Seabreeze and Youth Sports and Culture Minister, the Honourable Lanisha Roll, led off that session of Parliament today. Condolences were offered to the families of boxing great Elijah Obed, former accountant Basil Sands, former Free National Movement Cabinet Minister and parliamentarian Fenton Nemore, and Bishop Rodney Roberts on behalf of the government.
I said to them at Elijah Obed's funeral, and I think it is fitting to also say with respect to Fenton Nemore and also with respect to Mr. Basil Sands and finally Bishop Rodney Roberts, they fought a good fight. They've kept the faith. They've finished their cause. Laid up for them, according to the Lord, is the crown of righteousness, whom only the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give unto them. And while we here may mourn, not only them, but to all of us who love his appearing. And so I do extend my condolences.
The Member of Parliament for Angliston, Glenys Hannah Martin, offered condolences on behalf of the opposition Progressive Liberal Party while reminiscing on how each individual touched her life, especially Elijah Obed.
He may have fell through the cracks in terms of people appreciating his true achievement, his true attainment. He was an incredibly gifted athlete and did much to raise the profile of our country in early days. And I believe he set the tone for the athletes that came afterwards. All of Basil Sands' senior children are highly accomplished individuals who are paying and have paid dues in building this country. And so I want to extend heartfelt condolences to him. My words really escaped me to really truly capture the meaning of his life. Fenton began in the Progressive Liberal Party and then left the PLP to form the CDR and then ultimately joined the Free National Movement. And he sat right in the back there when he sat in Parliament as the Member of Parliament for South Beach. And with his deep bass voice, someone said like a Barry White voice, he would always rise and say he rises on behalf of the kings and queens of South Beach.
Well, on to other news now. The use of medical marijuana has raised many questions. The latest, its legality in being used for medical purposes here in the Bahamas. Well, reporters put the question to the Minister of Health, Dr. Dwayne Sands, recently, who acknowledged that the Dangerous Drugs Act allows for the importation of a number of substances, including marijuana.
There have been no applications, certainly in the time that I've been minister, for marijuana, CBD, or any of the components of cannabis sativa. So if somebody were to now place an application, it would be considered on its merits, and there would be no reason for arbitrary denial of that application. But I think the conversation has advanced beyond what was intended when that legislation was written. And so certainly, I think a fresh look at this and bringing the legislation into the 21st century is in order.
Well, the act allows for the use of Indian hemp for medicinal purposes as long as an import certificate is approved by the health minister. Dr. Sands was also asked to respond to whether or not a committee has been put together to address the ongoing medical marijuana debate.
We have discussed it. The committee has not yet been formed. It is the hottest ticket in town. There are a lot of people that want to sit on that committee. They want to participate. They want to make their contributions to the debate. But I think just about every Bahamian has weighed in on this now, and it should be an interesting conversation.
An early morning fire at the Dalbenas agency forced fire officials to marshal all of their resources this morning. When ZNS News arrived on the scene today, 3 fire engines were already on site as firemen worked to put out the blaze. Officials believe the fire started in the warehouse of the company. Director of Fire Services Chief Superintendent Walter Evans spoke with us at the scene.
The first 2 units that arrived, we met smoke coming from a very large warehouse. This warehouse, which extends probably about 500 feet in length, and is probably about 150 feet to 200 feet in width. The crews, when they arrived here, they met smoke coming from this structure, the entire structure. And because of the amount of smoke, all of the units which are on the province were called out, along with the management team. And upon our arrival, we further had to make a decision that we call in all off-duty officers, the oncoming shift, to assist with this fire.
Well, the company's sales and marketing manager, Philip Smith, spoke to the operational plans in the days ahead.
Well, we're closed for the day until the fire department gives us the all clear, and they're still in the building working, trying to locate the exact source of the fire. All employees have been dismissed for the day, not dismissed, but have been sent home for the day. So everyone will report for business tomorrow.
Well, still ahead in the Bahamas tonight, canines teaching kids how to sniff their way out of trouble. We'll explain when the Bahamas tonight, first at 6, comes back.
When school ends, BTC summer vacation begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
Like a flying over season, when she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no cute like a Bob Marley. Me fix them.
Freedom to mix and, of course, mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summer Vacation for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more.
Okay.
BTC, the bigger, better network.
Get ready. Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best school year ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount. Cash for tuition and supplies, the best education, the best memories, and you want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best school year ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
Here comes the lucky guy who won a date with Fanchon to his prom.
KFC got the big deal meal, freshly handmade every day for real.
Made fresh every day?
What a sec, what you take? KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a real big deal. KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a
Now that's a big deal.
Hey, it's a real big deal. Hey, it's a real big deal.
Now, Vanessa, you look stressed though.
Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to Water and Switch.
Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop.
How?
Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all 3 of them bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations.
You think I should go now?
Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
Growing up as a child, my father hosted a summer basketball program called Southern Recreation Youth Basketball Program, and it was held right on the government grounds, as we commonly call it. And one day, one of the guys asked, "Which one of your parents do you live with?" And I said, "Both." And he said, "They live in the same house?" I said, "Yeah." And he was surprised, and he said, "Wow." And it was then that I realized that I was privileged and I had the advantage of having both parents to give me that extra boost. And that's why the Over the Hill Community Initiative is so important, because they're tasked with the job of empowering and inspiring all of the people in the community, but especially those who did not have the advantage as I did.
The proceeding was brought to you courtesy of the Over the Hill project.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
The Bahamas National Trust is hoping to secure $50,000 from Shark Tank for shark conservation. If you're a fan, you know that this is Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, and the popular show Shark Tank will take a bite in an episode airing tonight. BNT's Director of Science and Policy, Shelley Kant Woodside, discussed how the bid came together.
Around May, the Bahamas National Trust was contacted and was asked to come and try and pitch to win $50,000 to go towards shark conservation. They asked us whether we thought we deserved $50,000. Of course, Bahamas National Trust thinks it deserves $50,000. So in May, I went to Grand Bahama, where I met my Shark Tank representative, Damon John, who basically, I had to give him all of our pointers, all the fuel for the fire as to why the Bahamas National Trust deserves this money. And then in June, he flew over to their studio, the Shark Tank studio, where he was debating with the other Shark Tank representatives.
Now, Kent Woodside has no idea who else would have pitched ideas to get their hands on the money, and will learn tonight who will walk away with the 50 grand. She has many ideas on what the BNT would use the money for if selected.
We want to use this money to help, fund a little bit of research to find out what are the things that we could be doing to reduce any negative interactions. And then we want to be able to just educate all the tour operators. We want to educate also tourists coming in. By the way, make sure you go with a tour operator that is certified and knowledgeable on how to keep you safe and things like that, because there's been such an explosion in this industry, in shark tourism and nature tour guiding generally. It's been a little bit unregulated. People are doing things that they really shouldn't be doing.
As the marijuana controversy continues to rage, We Are Sports, a program, has partnered with the Bahamas Correctional Services K-9 unit to educate children on the dangers of drugs. They're using their prison dog show to do that. Founder of We Are Sports, Paul Clare, says they want to take precautionary measures to ensure that kids sniff out trouble instead of being in trouble.
We saw the need for structure and changing the mindset of our country with our youths, and that's what my program about, the We Are Sports program. So I reached out to them to ask if they could come and talk to the kids about not wanting to come to prison and the preventions, what they can take not to end up in prison.
Corporal Vanria Armale, the K-9 handler and instructor, says the dog show not only entertains children but informs them on the drug epidemic in our country.
It is important because it's building character, basically introducing them to what goes on behind the walls in prison, and basically deterrence on them taking steps on coming there, and then informing them about drugs, how serious it is. As I feel that we have a drug problem in this country, whereas the drug problem can help them come to prison, and we try to prevent that.
Well, stay tuned. Sports is next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
What is a promise? A promise fulfilled can mean so much. A bond, a commitment, a yes in a world of maybes. We made a promise to you, and we delivered. Our superfast LTE network is now on every island. And every day we invest in local communities and technology. Because our promise is our guarantee. And now we promise our best is yet to come. Alive, believe in best.
Your life is in the moment and on the go. And your credit card? It's right there with you. Turn on mobile location confirmation for your Visa credit card from CIBC First Caribbean and reduce the likelihood of declined transactions when you travel. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
you've lost your visa, call the law office of Donette Russell Love PL. My full-service immigration firm can help you if you've been denied a visa due to deportation or removal, prior conviction or arrest while in the U.S., working without work authorization, or visa overstay. I may be able to help you get your visa privileges restored. Call my office today at 954-449-1833 or visit us at drusselllove.com.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. It's still all about our swimmers at the Central American and Caribbean Games in Colombia, and they're putting on quite a show. For how things went last night, we swing it over to Kelsey Johnson.
What a way to bring in your birthday, striking gold. Joanna Evans proved that she's in a class of her own, capturing her third gold medal of the Games hours before she celebrates her 21st birthday. Evans clocked 8 minutes 44.53 seconds for the win ahead of Alison Marisa Alba of Mexico, who turned in 8 minutes 45.92 seconds. The win in the 800-meter free came minutes after Evans competed in the 200 IM.
I went and swam the IM, and that was kind of a fun race, and then we swam the 800. It was hot, but hey, a medal is a medal, and then we got that relay done. That was a good way to end the meet for most of us.
It was a quick turnaround for Evans, who was fourth in 2 minutes 17.45 seconds. Margaret Aubrey Higgs finished fifth in 2 minutes 19.30 seconds.
I didn't do as well as I hoped to this morning, so it was a good morning swim, but I knew I had to pick it up a little bit during finals. I really worked the walls off of backstroke and freestyle, so that was pretty much my game plan, and to finish the last 50 free as well as I could.
Higgs and Evans teamed up with Lily Higgs and Laura Molly in the 4x100-meter freestyle relay. The quartet was fourth overall in 3 minutes 54.95 seconds. Anna Fernando competed in the B final of the 100-meter butterfly, posting 54.58 seconds for the win.
It's a huge accomplishment for me, and I'm interested to see where I go after I get a little bit of training under my belt. But it was a really good swim, in my opinion. You know, fastest I've ever came back in the second 50 in my whole entire life. Felt more controlled, and it's just a smarter race. I swim a smarter race today, so I'm interested to see where I get in the future.
The gold medal won by the now birthday girl propels Team Bahamas into 9th place overall. 3 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze for 6 medals. Reporting from Barranquilla, Colombia, I'm Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Before heading to CAC this morning, our men's national softball team taking to the diamond last night for a warm-up against New Providence Softball Association All-Stars. The result probably wasn't the one the national team was looking for, as they lost 4-3, but manager Perry Seymour believes this is a close-knit group and they will turn things around.
Most of the guys was on the team from last year, and we made ourselves a chat line, so we keep in communication with each other all through the year. So the morale is there, just that, the togetherness or to get that thing back together us up the middle and all that, but we have to get together up in Colombia.
Pitching is always key at the CAC level. Lyle Sawyer out of Abaco is one of the hurlers who will take to the mound for the Bahamas. Coach Hazel McDonald spoke about how he thinks Sawyer will fare despite Abaco not having a league this year.
We opened that tonight by him coming here to throw in some game situation. It will tweak him out to where he needs to be, but he has been practicing a lot. He's been working out. He's determined, and I think he's prepared and ready to do it.
Softball not the only team sport the Bahamas will be competing in at CAC. Our men's national basketball team will leave town tomorrow. Robert Nortman, Kentuan Smith, and rookie Samuel Hunter will all suit up.
I feel this is a pretty cohesive team. Everyone in this team works well together. We all work hard. We're very versatile. And there's a lot this team can bring. We have a lot of intensity, a lot of energy, and a lot of size, so I feel pretty good about this team.
I feel pretty good about this team. It's a nice up-tempo practice, a lot of energy, a lot of athleticism, a lot of versatility. It's good and fun to play with other players and players older than me, because I learn a lot of stuff, and I see where I need to get stronger because they bully me sometimes.
Chemistry has been really good. Off the court, we're a very close group, and that helps us on the court. So there's things we need to work out. We can talk about it, and we can come to a solution. So it's really good.
I feel like as many teams that I've been on, this has been the most energetic team. So it was more fun to play with them. We cause a lot of disruption. We get up under people and try to defend a lot harder. I feel like we're energetic. We play a lot of defense, we run, and it's just been fun playing with these guys.
Trevor Grant will also be traveling with the team as an assistant coach.
What I noticed lately, they've been coming together as a unit. Before it was like individual, but now we're coming together as a unit. And I told them the strength of this team is to know where you're strong in, what area you're strong in, and know your pairs. Right now we can match up with bigs, we can match up with wings, and we can match up with point guards. The team is well-rounded, and then most everybody what's on this team have some ball handling skills. So if we fall short in one area, we can always implement somebody else from the next area.
2 games tonight in the Bahamas Government Departmental Basketball Association at the AF Adelaide Gym. Up first, the National Flight Service Rampage take on the Airport Authority. That's followed by the Defence Force Patrollers and the Real Deal Rangers. On to some tennis news now. Jacoby Bain into the 3rd round of the Under-16 HIDIC tournament in El Salvador. It took 3 sets, but he won his 2nd round match over Federico Infante 6-4, 4-6, and 6-love. And from the minor league baseball diamond yesterday, Lucius Fox 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, leading Charlotte past Florida 11-2. In the Arizona League, Deshaun Knowles 1 for 3, a run scored in the Angels 9-3 loss to the Athletics. Meantime, in the Dominican League, Keith Ron Moss 1 for 2, a double, 3 runs batted in. Courtney Smith 0 for 1, a run scored. The Rangers, they shut out the Brewers, a final there of 10-0. And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
When school ends, BTC summer vacation begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
I got flying over season. When she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no cute like a Bob Marley. Me fix them.
Freedom to mix and, of course, mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summer Vacation for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more. Okay. BTC, the bigger, better network.
Hank Johnson. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
We're going to Neutral.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the Family Islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the Family Islands today.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather today, got started with some early morning showers, courtesy of this permanent stationary mid to low level trough, but it gave way to partly sunny conditions for the balance of today, with the heat index getting up to 104 degrees. But outside of our studios, just now we're under partly sunny skies, temperature 86 degrees, the relative humidity at 74%, southerly winds at 9 miles per hour, your barometric pressure 1,016.7 millibars, that is 30.00 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
At 6, stay tuned though. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition is straight ahead.
The Minister for Grand Bahama addressing concerns of employees at the courthouse. Officials of Port Lacaya say the marketplace remains a safe place. And Independence celebration still going strong in East Grand Bahama.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rolfe-Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, health concerns forcing workers out of the courthouse to take time away from their jobs today. The employees, along with officers of the court, staged a sit-out, reportedly in protest of poor, unhealthy working conditions. The issue was addressed this afternoon at a press conference held at the office of the Prime Minister in Freeport. Minister for Grand Bahama assuring employees of the Garnet Lavardy Justice Center as well as residents that the government once and for all will address a number of age-old issues at the courthouse, including the main concern of mold in the building. On Wednesday morning, some employees staged a sit-out due to the state of the building. Minister Kwesi Thompson says once he was made aware, a meeting was held with employees, the Ministry of Works, and the relative unions.
The meeting this morning took place, and in that meeting we had magistrates. We had Magistrate Ferguson, we had Magistrate Johnson, we also had the Industrial Tribunal Vice President, Ms. Jones. We had Mr. Frazier, who is the consultant to the Bahamas Public Service Union. We also had Mr. Quinton Laroda, who also represents the union, the NCTU.
He called the meeting a very productive one as the employees outlined their health concerns.
And because we are very concerned about the health and safety, one of the first things that we have agreed to do is to have medical assessments done for all of the employees working at the courthouse. They are very concerned, we are very concerned, and so we have agreed to do and have medical assessments performed on all of those employees to ensure that there's no ongoing illnesses that they are going to be suffering.
The minister adds that this will take place immediately, and also pointed out that the government, through the Ministry of Works, will start major renovations of the complex.
It's on the agenda for Ministry of Works to complete roof work as well as other major renovations to the building. And so we believe that they were happy to hear that the major renovations which will prevent the continuation of this mold, that that situation is being addressed.
Of that note, he says the public should be aware that the magistrate court will be operational tomorrow, but there may be some slight changes.
So while all of the courts will be operational, there may be changes with respect to the specific location. So we want the public to be aware and to be put on notice that those locations, while still on site, they may be changed in terms of where the courts are located. We also agreed that immediately we will be doing some temporary mold remediation work on site, and that work is actually going to start from this evening. And so we are, and we informed the staff, and we have put in motion those plans to ensure that there is some temporary remediation work that is going to start this evening.
Thompson says the government is doing all it can so that the public and employees are safe, while there is no disruption in services at the Garnet-Lavardy Justice Center. Now, also attending today's meeting with the Minister for Grand Bahama and Ministry of Works on behalf of the employees was John Fraser, Esquire consultant at the Bahamas Public Services Union Northern Region. He believes that the government should be commended for its swift action when it comes to addressing the age-old problems at the courthouse.
I think it's appropriate for us to commend the minister on the quick reaction to the concerns of the staff over at the court, and as he indicated, the government is very much concerned about the health and safety of our workers. And as per the recommendations that has been outlined, we are looking forward to those being accomplished, and I'm quite certain at the end of the day the staff would be happy for the improvement in the working environment and the improvement in their productivity.
Switching gears now, police in Grand Bahama are still on the hunt for the two persons responsible for the John Bull robbery. The suspects stole a quantity of expensive watches. Security footage from the Port Lacaya marketplace have the two suspects on camera who are dressed as women. Now, in this report, our Italia Hall speaks with the managing director of the marketplace, who calls this an unfortunate incident and says shoppers have no need to worry about security.
It's still the talk of the town. The robbery that took place in John Bull, located in the Port Lacaya marketplace on Monday morning in broad daylight. Two suspects dressed as women entered the store, smashed the store's showcase, and stole a number of expensive watches that police say are valued around $900,000. Now, this is not the first unfortunate incident for Port Lacaya for the year. Our ZNS News team spoke with the managing director of the marketplace, Ivan Moss, about the overall safety and security of the popular shopping area.
It's just that you have some guys came in here and they just had an agenda of their own. We cannot control the minds of people. And something like this happened all the way around, all around over the world. And for us it is now, we just had a turn. There's a turn in every places. Like I said, we can't control the minds of people with evil intentions.
Now, many have questioned where were the Port Lacaya security officers at the time of the incident. Well, Moss says they were on duty, adding that there is a police substation located right here on the property.
The security is patrolling the area, but they wasn't in that area at that particular time, but the surveillance was in place, and we did get some footage where we assist the police in information. We have a very good relationship with police. We always work in conjunction with them, and if there's any crime or anything, they're always on the scene. They'll be here in time. They always do. It's a beautiful relationship.
Now, the video of the two suspects dressed like women went viral on social media. Moss confirmed that the video was not sent out by any of Port Lacaya's employees. The managing director once again assuring residents and visitors that this is an isolated incident.
It's like lightning striking the area at once. Nobody is harmed, and there was no shooting. To get the public safe on that, there was no shooting, there was no gun brandished. There's none of that sort.
Since the incident, John Bull has reopened. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
Thanks, Tally. In other news, a local assembly recognizing 4 men for outstanding service in the East Grand Bahama District. The men have all served in Parliament and were commended for their role in advancing the development of East Grand Bahama.
Former members of Parliament for East Grand Bahama honored for their years of service to the community by Living Water Assemblies of God. Among the honorees, Maurice Moore and Kenneth Russell, who say that they are humbled by such recognition.
It makes me feel even better rather than some other social form of honoring. And so I'm pleased to come out and take part in whatever the exercise is. But most of all, to know that we're doing it in a church where God lives.
It means to me that someone appreciates the work that members of Parliament do in the community, especially this church. The pastor of this church has always been commending MPs on what they're doing and how they're getting it done. And I think that this is his way of expressing that, and I truly appreciate just someone to say thanks.
Former MP Kendall Nottage was unable to attend the service, but that did not stop him from showing appreciation to those responsible for honoring him during that service.
I thank the people of East Grand Bahama for their support at the time I had the opportunity to serve them. And all I can say now to all of you, to God be the glory.
Pastor of Living Water Assemblies of God, Eddie Victor, says that the church thought it fitting to host a special service for all former members of Parliament from 1967 to present.
What we realize in celebrating 45 years of independence as a nation, that when we looked at our constituency, because we are in the East Grand Bahama constituency, that all the members of Parliament that served from majority rule to now are all still alive. And so one of the things that often happens is, people do great things, do good things, especially when it comes to building our nation. And we hear a lot about what they did after they have passed away and gone.
The Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for the area was unable to attend the service, but sent his regards. The church service was held at the Grand Lucayan Resort.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
There's one place that you can always depend on for emergency hurricane supplies or everyday items. Whether it's Ace Hardware, Housewares and Paint, or furniture and accessories for rooms to go, or Radio Shack Electronics. The one place that carries craftsman tools, tablets, routers, computer networking supplies, generators, and so much more is right around the corner on Queens Highway. That place is Dolly Madison Home Center. Rain or shine. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Come on down now.
Lucayan Medical Center provides services in family medicine, internal medicine, obstetrics, gynecology, surgery, pain management, psychiatry, audiology, podiatry, and dentistry. We offer laboratory, ECG, X-rays, ultrasound, CAT scans, and MRI scans. Also here, pharmacy, physiotherapy, fitness programs, and pre-employment medical screening. Skilled staff serve you with dignity and confidentiality. Visit Lucayan Medical Center for your healthcare needs.
From the Bahamas, sun, sand, and sea. A lot of activities, but for you and me. If you don't believe me, then come follow me. Come right down to this place and we call it KFC. KFC the Big G. We got the Big G. KFC the Big G. We got the Big G. No one can beat us at anything we do. No way. Sports, arts, academics, even junk and news. We got the best features, even the
today and receive 2 Big Chief collectible cups at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
We've raised the stakes.
We've raised the bar. We've raised the standard. Your new entertainment playground. Winners take chances. Chances makes winners. Chances remind you to game responsibly.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Defense Force bringing its Rangers camp to Grand Bahama this summer, and campers say so far it has been a rewarding experience. Kimberly Mullings has the story.
On Grand Bahama, this summer, over 60 students from across the Bahamas are taking part in the Ranger Summer Program for 3 weeks. National Director of the Ranger Program, Lieutenant Delvon Duncombe, explains what the 3 weeks is all about.
It's a time when we bring those Ranger cadets from the various islands to engage them in leadership, in modules, in navigation, seamanship, and other vocational and technical modules. We basically added a dive component to this year's leadership training, as well as a photojournalism course. And so we're very excited about that.
ZNS's very own Ricardo Lightbourne spoke to the students in the photojournalism class, focusing on being responsible in the media.
Some of them are going to be working to write stories, some are going to be doing videos, some are going to be doing print, and so they need to understand the responsibilities that they're taking on. And this could also launch them into other areas in terms of broadcasting, whether it be by print or by electronic. It'll help them along the way. A lot of kids need to find out what their niche is, and I just wanted to understand that this is an honorable profession and it's a career that can last them a lifetime.
Lightbourne also advising the students about responsible internet practices.
I gave them an example of how social media creates a ruckus. It defames people's character, and as far as our business is concerned, we can't afford it because we are responsible in what we do. We want to make sure that they carry the same message, whether they remain with the Defense Force in their program or they venture out into the public side.
Ranger Cadet Alicia McPhee, Jayshawn Sands, and Officer Candidate Raven Davis have been enjoying the photojournalism course.
I hope what I have learned I will be able to carry back to my school, Jordan Prince William in New Providence, and teach more children about photojournalism, public speaking.
All the different subjects we doing, like the photography, the videography, and the journalism part of it, it's a very exciting experience.
When I go back to Nassau, I'd like to start it up and group and with the other students and teach them what I learned from this camp.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Independence celebration still going strong in East Grand Bahama. On Saturday afternoon, a youth splash was held on the Government Park in High Rock. Children had the opportunity to take part in water activities and were also treated to lunch. Chief Counselor for East Grand Bahama, Donovan Bowe, says that this event is all in an effort to cater to the young persons in the community.
We know independence has already happened, and we've already had our anniversary. We had our major celebrations. We still have a few more things going on in East Grand Bahama, and this is one of them, where we have invited some of the talent, particularly in the track and field arena here on Grand Bahama Island, to come and speak with our kids and inspire them. It's extremely important to help develop our young people in a positive way, because if we want our nation to grow and develop further, it's the younger persons who are going to carry that out. So, though independence may be an adult thing, and a lot of adult things around it, we want the kids to be involved and let them have some understanding and some feeling that this impacts me as well.
Well, the athletes also had an opportunity to share some of their struggles, and they offered some words of advice.
Always know that the sky's the limit. Just stay focused
And at the moment, I'm in college at Texas Southern University, furthering my education in industrial technology.
Throughout my track career, I've faced some challenges. I've had many injuries. I've went through many hiccups, but I overcame them. With track and field, it's basically a mind thing. It's physical, but it's also a mind thing where you have to mentally be prepared to go to face competition and to represent your country or do the best that you can.
I wasn't really the fastest, but I pushed and persevered. So my advice to everyone is don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. Just put God first and He'll lead you through everything else.
Now, the Independence celebrations will continue this Saturday with the unveiling of a wall of fame at Gold Rock Creek in East Grand Bahama. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. More on Shanika's question regarding her experiencing abnormal periods for 3 months. In most cases, the reason for heavy blood flow or prolonged bleeding is either structural, such as fibroids of the uterus, endometriosis of the muscular wall of the uterus, sexually transmitted infections of the lining of the uterus caused by gonorrhea or chlamydia, for example, polyps of the uterus lining, or even cancer of the uterus, which is possible, but much less likely in a younger female. Alternatively, the bleeding you are experiencing, Shanika, could be caused by a hormonal imbalance, where lack of irregular ovulation keeps the levels of estrogen elevated, causing the lining of the uterus to thicken for much longer than it normally would, leading to missed periods and heavy bleeding. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms described, please visit your doctor or community clinic as soon as possible. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. A check on sports is up next.
Hello, it's the 4th annual Sea Grave Homecoming. August 3rd through 5th. Friday, August 3rd, it's the old school welcome party from 7 p.m. until. Then on Saturday, August 4th, it's the cultural extravaganza from 7 p.m. until. With town home game, domino tournament, top spinning, hopscotch, switcher making contest, and more. And Sunday, August 5th, it closes with a Unity Church service and Cosmo concert. It's the 4th annual Sea Grave Homecoming. August 3rd through 5th. Let's celebrate. Don't miss it.
This month alone, I reduced my power bill by over $300 by purchasing a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utility Company. My power bill is now $16. Can you believe it?
Here's another reason why owning a solar system from Northern Bahamas Utilities is right for you. Stop by today at number 8 Oak Street or call us at 225-0766 extension 106 and ask about our in-house financing or lease-to-own option. See you today.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Grand Bahama John West Shoe Store is still your #1 family shoe store for work, school, formal occasions, and play. We're stocked to the roof with all your favorite brands like Timberland, Reebok, Levi's, and Vikings, from infants to men. Ladies, we've got your flats opened and closed, wedges and stilettos, and everything else in between. So, when your feet is calling for a new pair of shoes, John West Shoe Store. John West Shoe Store. We're gonna take you there in style.
Topping sports, Grand Bahama's very own Buddy Hield is home this weekend, is giving back at his annual summer basketball camp. Jay Philippe was courtside.
The annual Buddy Hield summer basketball camp got underway at the Jack Hayward Gymnasium. 100 plus kids gathered at the gymnasium to see local NBA player Buddy Hield on his home soil. The camp was designed for kids from age 8 to 12, while Thursday's session at the gym would cater to kids ages 13 and older. Buddy says he's excited to be home to host his annual summer camp.
I mean, it's a blessing. I always, as I plan my off season, I always try to plan, put my camp schedule in first, because it's always important to go back home and find time to go back home to give back to kids, give back to the community, because I know how it's like growing up here, and I know how it's being as remote for these kids is how it's important for them to learn something and something that they could take advantage of, So it's very important, and I thank God every day for blessing me, giving me the ability to come to show, using my platform to show these kids what it takes to get to the next level, and hopefully I can inspire, many or a few, to be the next ambassadors of the Bahamas, whether in college basketball or somewhere, somewhere else in sports or wherever occupation they want to do.
Buddy Hield also reflected on his days as a young athlete growing up in the community, looking forward to basketball summer camps, expressing his desire to see young players today refining their skills by taking time to do the little things to improve their game and expand their basketball minds. Buddy made mention of what kids can expect when they attend this year's camp.
Just putting them to ball handling and passing, that's the basics, because it's more skill works we need to work on, it's just not more like being more athletic, just more skill, like the passing, the ball handling, the shooting. That's what we need to work on the most, and I feel like, especially everybody who works out, kids out here, that's like the main thing, just not focus on much on their athleticism and how tall they are, but just work on that skill work, because that goes farther than anything. If you have skills, you can shoot the ball, you can pass the ball, you can dribble the ball, but mainly shooting, passing, dribbling. I think you could do it whatever you want to do in basketball, and you play together and play the right way.
Evening sessions of the camp will be held in 8 Mile Rock at the Fritz Forbes Community Park in Palmdale from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. until Friday. Saturday morning will be the high school basketball tournament, which will begin at 10 a.m. at the Jack Hayward Gymnasium. Will there be a new champion this year? We will wait to see what happens Saturday. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks, Jay. Well, again, kids ages 13 and older are encouraged to be a part of that camp tomorrow at the Jack Hayward Gymnasium. That's a check on sport.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
I'm Hugh Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. After 30 years in this industry, testing hundreds of pest control products, none has impressed me more than Vape. Vape 90-Day Mosquito Destroyer, Vape Aerosol, and Vape Mosquito Coil. Vape is the only spray that you will find in my house and my mother's house, and it should be the only one in yours. In pest control, there are only 2 names to remember: Vape and Budget Pest Control. Okay.
Business owners are excited about ZNS Northern Service Storm Central Hurricane packages because advertising rates are discounted up to 50%. That's right, get 50% off advertising packages this hurricane season from now through November 30th. Call our sales department at 351-3430 or 352-9713 and book your advertising package today.
Influence.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshina Wolf-Farquharson. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey Bahamas, what's up? Are you proud of the decisions that our young people are making in our country today? Well, I want to introduce you to an organization where young people are making positive contributions. Youth Against Violence. I am a proud product of Youth Against Violence. Over the past years, Youth Against Violence has played a pivotal role in my success thus far. I want to throw a challenge out to you to help us and to support us to be able to help and support other young people like myself who are making positive contributions to our country. Help us to continue to bring peace to our streets by influencing this generation to influence future generations in a positive way. I am a proud product of Youth Against Violence. I am Travis Robinson, and I endorse this message.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, empowering the inner city, how Parliament looks to make that happen. Fire breaks out at a local business house early this morning, and a prominent pastor is remembered today. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The Free National Movement government keeping its commitment to transform the inner city of New Providence. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping news tonight, it was announced during the budget that the government will spend some $5 million to rejuvenate inner city communities through its Over the Hill Community Development Partnership Initiative. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis tabled one of the components of the initiative, the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill 2018, designed to uplift the poor and bolster the inner city business industry. Altaviz Munnings reports from the House of Assembly.
Reminiscing on his childhood in the Over-the-Hill area, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis is assuring Bahamians that the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill 2018 is the solution to revitalizing the Over-the-Hill community of New Providence.
Our overriding goal is to revitalize Over the Hill and to provide opportunity and hope for more of our people.
In tabling the bill in the House of Assembly Wednesday, Prime Minister Minnis revealed the bill will encourage investment through comprehensive tax incentives.
Businesses in the area that earn $5 million in revenue or less may apply to the Ministry of Finance to receive a trade certificate. And this certificate will allow for a waiver of business license fees. It will also allow businesses that may require a vehicle for their operations to import one vehicle and pay no customs duties or other taxes on the vehicle. If there is a change in the purpose or the use of the vehicle, or if the vehicle is sold, all taxes related to the importation of that vehicle will be due to the government.
The Prime Minister also added that the transformation of the southern recreational grounds is progressing.
I am excited to say that just yesterday, the 24th of July, the tender closed on bids for the southern recreation grounds. In relatively short order, the reconstruction of the southern recreation grounds will begin. Additionally, contracts are being issued and the ground will soon be broken on two of the smaller parks, Father Martian Peters Park and McPherson Park. I will also advise the public on a project to construct government offices on Market Street, the old City Market property, or as we know as the old St. John's playing field. Mr. Speaker, we are spending approximately $50 million annually on renting commercial property. And it is our intention to have constructed there at least 3 government offices.
Altaviz Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, Member of Parliament for Bain and Grantstown, Travis Robinson, seconded the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill 2018 in the House of Assembly this morning. While noting its importance to inner-city communities, Robinson pointed out that the bill is critical for businesses to be reminded of their environmental responsibility.
Not only must businesses look at the way they dispose of waste they produce, but find ways to reduce waste by making adjustments to their activities, materials, and means of production. The new businesses in Bain and Grantstown will be both implicitly and explicitly tied to the community. This will have a ripple effect. The Bahamian people will recognize, acknowledge, and reward businesses that take their corporate social responsibility seriously.
Now, Member of Parliament for Angliston, Glenys Hannah Martin, responded to the bill on behalf of the opposition.
So now, who will have the capital or other resources to invest in infrastructural redevelopment or new construction? The objectives of the bill speak to designating communities as economic zones to encourage economic and social empowerment of residents. But where are the provisions that empower residents?
Well, members of Parliament paused for a moment of silence in the House of Assembly today to pay tribute to several Bahamians who recently passed away. The Member of Parliament for Seabreeze, Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honourable Lanisha Roll, offered condolences to the families of Bahamian boxing giant Elijah Obed, former accountant Basil Sands, former Free National Movement Cabinet Minister and Parliamentarian Fenton Nemore, and Bishop Rodney Roberts on behalf of the government. While Member of Parliament for Angliston, Glenys Hannah Martin, offered condolences on behalf of the opposition Progressive Liberal Party, she reminisced on how each individual touched her life. Well, the Five Porches of Deliverance Center mourning the loss of its senior pastor, Apostle J. Rodney Roberts, who passed away in hospital at the age of 63. The well-known pastor was active, leading a number of ministries over the past 40 years. Roberts had written inspirational books, published gospel CDs, and is especially remembered for his dynamic preaching style, boldness, and passion for ministering to youth. Reflecting on his life, President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernandez, says the nation has lost a great man.
This morning, the country is saddened. Indeed, the council sends its condolences to the family and the church family on the passing of Rodney Roberts, apostle, a voice that has been strong in our nation, one of our rare prophetic voices that have spoken truth to power, one who is unashamedly proud to call himself a Christian, to call himself a person who is willing to be national in his voice, to be specifically Bahamian in all that he did. Our Christian community is saddened that we have lost one of our leading voices.
Responding to an early morning fire at the Dalbenis agency, the details ahead.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell, fueling journeys that matter. Summer promotion.
Get ready. Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best school year ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount. Cash for tuition and supplies, the best education, the best memories, and you want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best school year ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
When school ends, BTC summerfication begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
Like a flying over season, when she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no cute like a Bob Marley. Me Freedom to mix and, of course, mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summerfication for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more. Okay. BTC, the bigger, better network.
Here comes the lucky guy who won a date with Fanshawn to his prom.
KFC got the big meal, freshly handmade every day for real.
Made fresh every day?
What I said, what you take? KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a real big deal. KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a
now that's a big deal.
Hey, it's a real big deal. Hey, it's a real big deal.
Now, Vanessa, you look stressed though. Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to water and switch. Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop. How? Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all three of them bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations. You think I should go now? Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
Extraordinary could be right there in front of you, without you even knowing it. It's something unique, rich and rewarding, full of character. A bold expression of flavor like no other. Discover extraordinary flavor. Guinness, made of more.
It's Junkanoo Summer Festival time again. Delicious food, drinks, cultural games, races, kiddie corner, culinary demonstrations, the rhythm band, Spank Band, Falcons, the world-famous Valley Boys, One Family, Saxon Superstars, Roots, and much more. Bring your entire family to Arawaki every Saturday in July and August 4th, 1 p.m. until. For more information, contact the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism and Aviation at 302-2000.
This is Junkanoo Summer Festival.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The use of medicinal marijuana has raised many questions, the latest put to Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands, who was asked about his authority to have it imported into the country. Well, the Health Minister responded that the Dangerous Drug Act allows for the importation of a number of illegal substances, including marijuana.
There have been no applications, certainly in the time that I've been minister, for marijuana, CBD, or any of the components of cannabis sativa. So if somebody were to now place an application, it would be considered on its merits, and there would be no reason for arbitrary denial of that application. But I think the conversation has advanced beyond what was intended when that legislation was written. And so certainly, I think a fresh look at this and bringing the legislation into the 21st century is in order.
It was all hands on deck this morning as fire officials responded to a blaze at the Dalbenis Agency in Palmdale. In the midst of working to put out that fire, another blaze was called in, this time in downtown Nassau. Jiminy DeSwain has this roundup.
An early morning fire at the Dalbenis Agency, Palmdale, forced fire officials to marshal all of its resources Thursday morning. When ZNS News arrived on scene, 3 fire trucks were already on site and firemen were in and out of the warehouse working to extinguish a blaze. No flames were visible, but smoke wafted from the inside. Fire Services Director Chief Superintendent Walter Evans says the fire was reported to police just after 6 a.m.
Because of the amount of smoke, all of the units which are on the province were called out along with the management team. And upon our arrival, we further had to make a decision that we call in all off-duty officers, the oncoming shift, to assist with this fire. There's been no major damage to the Dalbenis facility, but what we know is that the smoke is has plumed throughout the entire warehouse.
The fire services director said officers worked quickly to suppress the fire but needed to don all fire gear.
Fire suppression officers, they made their way on the interior of the facility, and in some instances they have had to travel about 200 feet where there was zero visibility, and it's really pretty much in a confined area, and so all of the safety precautionary measures were used. We've had to bring in all of the available protective breathing apparatuses for the respiratory protection of the officers.
Dalbenis officials suspended operations as a result.
Well, we're closed for the day until the fire department gives us the all clear, and they're still in the building working, trying to locate the exact source of the fire.
In the midst of processing that scene, 2 units were pulled away and directed to Bay Street, where another structural fire was reported.
We've met light smoke emanating from this structure that appears to be abandoned at this time. Our officers would have made checks of the interior of this building, and they would have found that a small fire actually was confined to the electrical panel. The same was extinguished. At this time, the cause of this is believed to be electrical.
Both fires remain under active investigation. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson. The Ministry of Finance is confident that on August 1st, businesses will be ready to implement a changeover in their systems to sell VAT-free items to Bahamians. Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest says once the changes take effect, Bahamian consumers will receive the benefits of the government's policy of VAT-free breadbasket items and medication. The Ministry of Finance has been consulting with businesses and mobilizing its internal teams to assist in creating a smooth transition. This week, additional guidance notes were issued to businesses, particularly those selling breadbasket items and medication. In other business news, Arawak Keyport Development traded 50 shares to close at $17.43 per share. Commonwealth Bank traded 504,650 shares to close at $4 per share. Pinko traded 175 shares to close at $6.35 per share. Emera BDR traded 228 shares. And in international business news, raw materials are getting pricier for General Motors, and a new car could soon cost you more too. The U.S. largest automaker says it's prepared to pass along a higher than expected jump in commodity costs this year. The pricier raw materials and unfavorable exchange rates in Brazil, Argentina will cost General Motors $1 billion this year. The increase prompted GM to trim its profit outlook for the year, which sent shares plunging. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits from Grand Bahama
to San Salvador.
Just around the corner when you need us.
For every celebration and relaxation.
Committed to quality and service since 1953.
With renowned wines,
rums and spirits.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits, always with ice cold beer.
And attractive promotions.
Here for you as we've always been. One name, one people, united in wines and spirits.
We are 700 Wines and Spirits.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
What is a promise? A promise fulfilled can mean so much. A bond, a commitment, a vow. It's a yes in a world of maybes. We made a promise to you, and we delivered. Our super-fast LTE network is now on every island. And every day we invest in local communities and technology so we can deliver the best of everything to you. Our promise is our guarantee, And now we promise our best is yet to come. Alive. Believe in best.
Catch the sizzling hot back-to-school specials at Carey's Fabric and Department Store on Mackey Street. Uniform fabrics for all schools. Ready-made uniforms, best quality, lowest prices. Selected jumpers, 30% off. Carey's has all your school supplies, including the popular JanSport backpacks. Get up to 20% off backpacks and lunch bags as low as $7.95. Carey's Fabric and Department Store, your complete back-to-school headquarters.
Ring, ring, goes the bell. Independence Day, sunny days, regattas, and homecomings are all a part of Bahamian summers, as are the weekly specials at Super Value and quality supermarkets. Philly's ready-cut macaroni 400-gram box, 99 cents. Whole chicken wings, $1.59 per pound. Kraft salad dressings, 8-ounce bottle, 2 for $3. Joy dish liquids, 30-ounce size, $2.99. Sweet cherries, $3.99 per pound. Carolina Pride ham, 10-ounce size, $2.99. Bahamian and proud, that's Super Value and quality supermarkets.
We've all got plans for our golden years. Unfortunately for many, this may just be wishful thinking. To generate an annual income in retirement of $70,000 for 20 years at a rate of return of 5%, with inflation running at 3%, requires more than $1.1 million. So how do you save that much money? Many companies provide a group pension plan to help their employees by deducting an amount each month from their pay to contribute to the plan. Personal Pension Plan, or PPP, is similar to a group plan, but offered only to individuals. These plans offer many of the same benefits and features. Contact us for more information on pensions.
At Outback Marathon Mall, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining, watching the big game on big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, lunch meetings, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right.
CIBC First Caribbean International Bank was recently named the most innovative bank in the Caribbean by World Finance. And as Cieska Adderley tells us in this week's edition of Who Do You Call, a top executive that the institution is crediting part of that success to its web-based options.
CIBC First Caribbean International Bank is putting banking in customers' hands through its online app and banking services. Managing Director for Cards and Customer Relationship Management, Trevor Torzas, says he's noticed that nowadays clients prefer to do transactions at their convenience.
Protecting our clients from fraud is of the utmost importance. So what we've done is if someone has lost or misplaced their credit card, they can go on and freeze their card. They don't have to come into a branch, go call the call center, it's at their fingertips. And often people have just misplaced their card. So when they find it, they can unfreeze it and it works as normal.
And how can consumers benefit from these services? Torzas noted that once your banking information is up to date, the username and password are the same for online and mobile banking services.
All you have to do is go online and register, and away you go. You can start using our services. And within the app or online banking, you can go use these different features. You can pay your bills, you can set up recurring payments, you can transfer funds to people at other banks, all at your fingertips, so whether it's on online or mobile banking. And when you register, all of your accounts, whether it's deposit accounts, checking, savings, loans, mortgages, credit cards, etc., are all in one place.
Bank officials estimate seeing about a 20% increase in customers using the online services, and that number continues to rise. But while these services are convenient, the bank is promoting safety.
Your user ID and your password, that's private to you. Don't give them out. We've had that issue in the past. People have given them out. That's private just to you. Protect yourself, protect your bank account information like you would any other information.
For more information, you can contact the bank's 24-hour call center. But if you have any other consumer-related issues, call me at 502-3871, and together we'll figure out who to call. C.S. Scatterly, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Bahamas National Trust is hoping that it can get its hands on some $50,000 from Shark Tank for shark conservation. If you're a fan, you know that this is Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, and the popular show Shark Tank will take a bite in an episode airing tonight. BNT's Director of Science and Policy, Shelley Kant-Woodside, discusses how the bid came together.
Around May, the Bahamas National Trust was contacted and was asked to come and try and pitch to win $50,000 to go towards shark conservation. They asked us whether we thought we deserved $50,000. Of course, Bahamas National Trust thinks it deserves $50,000. So in May, I went to Grand Bahama, where I met my Shark Tank representative, Damon John, who basically I had to give him all of our pointers, all the fuel for the fire as to why the Bahamas National Trust deserves this money. And then in June, he flew over to their studio, the Shark Tank studio, where he was debating with the other Shark Tank representatives.
Well, Kant-Woodside doesn't know who else is vying for the $50,000, but she has some ideas on what BNT would do with it if they're selected.
We want to use this money to help, fund a little bit of research to find out what are the things that we could be doing to reduce any negative interactions. And then we want to be able to just educate all the tour operators. We want to educate also tourists coming in. By the way, make sure you go with a tour operator that is certified and knowledgeable on how to keep you safe and things like that, because there's been such an explosion in this industry, in shark tourism and nature tour guiding generally. It's been a little bit unregulated. People are doing things that they really shouldn't be doing.
Well, stay tuned. There's more news to come. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan.
Hey, JK. Child, I don't know how you just do it. I'm struggling this month, and my check ain't reach yet.
I catch one little break. I get PPP for a year.
PPP, what's that?
Percy Pension Plan. Island Games get 5 pension plans, and you could win a check every week for a whole year.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Well, how you just do that?
Here, see? Let me show you.
From the friends you can trust, if winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So
we ain't feeling no tension, cause we get Percy's pension.
Ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what motto you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sun Oil Bahamas.
free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Life happens. And when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today. Or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
G&M Appliances on Robinson Road has all your air conditioning needs this summer, like the Comfort Star 9000 and 12,000 BTU 13 SEER for just $399. Or how about the Comfort Star 18,000 BTU just $599? Or how about the Comfort Star 24,000 or 36,000 at the lowest prices possible? We also carry a large selection of air conditioning parts such as fans, compressors, filters, capacitors, or any part you may need. So, call today at 328-2083. We're located on Robinson Road. That's 3.
Well, what was the weather like in your island today? Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean has this roundup. Hey there, Basil.
Hi, Keisha. It was a pretty nice day here in the capital, despite some early morning rains and the hot temperatures. And talking about temperatures, let's take a look at temperatures around the Family of Islands. And they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 88 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Greenville, Keen Abaco, also Marsh, Abaco at 88. The Berry Islands, 85 also in Alistown, Bimini, Harbour Island, Eleuthera, Roxanne, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cat Island, all at 84. 85 in Staniel Key, Kemp Space, St. Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. San Salvador, Rum Key and Georgetown, Exuma at 84 degrees, 83 in Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, 84, Acklands at 84, Ragged Island, 83 degrees, Matthew Town, Inagua, 85, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the northwestern islands, southeast winds around 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. Low tide takes place at 52 minutes past midnight. And for the central and southeastern islands, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots. We have caution flags up. The wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Tomorrow in the northwestern islands, winds southeast 10 to 15 knots, so they will be coming down slightly, 2 to 4 feet. High tide 6:38 in the morning, low tide at 12:41 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands tomorrow, southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. And then we take you into Friday for the northwestern islands, winds remaining out of the southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave height not bad at all, 2 to 4 feet. High tide 7:18 in the morning, low tide at 1:21 in the afternoon in the central and southeast. We have some moderate winds out of the southeast at 12 to 18 knots, and the wave height 3 to 6 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast, and your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Tissue Wellness, I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Scleroderma is a chronic or ongoing disease that affects the skin and may also affect internal organs in some people. Scleroderma causes the body to produce too much collagen. Collagen is a protein that makes up connective tissues such as in the skin. Too much collagen can make the skin stretch, harden, and thicken, and can also cause damage to internal organs such as the heart, lungs, and kidneys. There are two types of scleroderma, localized and systemic. Localized scleroderma affects the skin only. Systemic scleroderma affects joints, blood vessels, and internal organs, as well as the skin. Anyone can have scleroderma, but women are more likely to develop it. Symptoms may start with reddish patches of skin that thicken into hardened, oval-shaped areas. Patches usually appear on the chest, stomach, and back, but can also affect the face, arms, and legs. In children, scleroderma may begin as a single line or band of skin that thickens and changes in color. Doctors don't know what causes scleroderma. It is an autoimmune disease. Normally, antibodies produced by the immune system help to protect the body against viruses, bacteria, and other foreign substances. If you have an autoimmune disease, your immune system produces antibodies that attack your body's tissues and/or organs. To learn more about scleroderma, ask your doctor or consult a dermatologist. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
It is summertime, which means it's the busy travel season. So before you head off on your vacations, BTC would like for you to know that we still have the best roaming rates, which will make your vacation that much better. So tell us what it is, how does it work?
So roaming allows you to use your phone when you're traveling. And of course, we are going into the peak travel season. Prior to you traveling to the United States, the best thing to do is to top up your phone, because you're going to need money in order to roam. A lot of persons think that if I purchase a data plan or if I purchase a combo plan, I'm going to be able to use that when I'm traveling. The plans that you purchase here are for local use only. Once you travel into the US or into another country, you're now on another country's network. And then also now with the travel plans, you can actually plan a little bit before you go ahead. So while you're at the airport waiting in line at Bahamas Air, you can purchase a travel plan, dial star 203 pound and select the travel plans, and you can actually purchase that plan and be ready to go. And then when you land, you'll connect to AT&T or T-Mobile and you're ready to go. Even if you're just traveling and using your phone normally without a travel plan, you're getting the best rates.
We covered a lot of information here, so if you have any additional information that you need to know, please feel free to call our customer helpline at 225-5282. I'm Corbell Pyfro, and we'll see you next BTC Connection.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Debit card, you can be in the know right now. Turn on notifications for your Visa card from CIBC First Caribbean, and you will know every time your card is used. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
We are Machinery and Energy Limited, your cat dealer for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and the Cayman Islands. We also carry a selection of allied brands like JLG, Wacker Neuson, and Solaire. Our extensive product line includes tractors, excavators, backhoe loaders, telehandlers, forklifts, light towers, aerial equipment, marine engines, and of course, our specialty cat generator sets. Need parts or equipment maintenance? We offer that too. Everything you need all in one place. Visit one of our branches in Nassau, Freeport, or Abaco for your construction and power generation needs.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas currently competing in 2 disciplines at the Central American and Caribbean Games in Colombia. We get an update tonight from Kelsey Johnson.
What a way to bring in your birthday, striking gold. Joanna Evans proved that she's in a class of her own, capturing her 3rd gold medal of the Games hours before she celebrates her 21st birthday. Evans clocked 8 minutes 44.53 seconds for the win ahead of Alison Marisa Alba of Mexico, who turned in 8 minutes 45.92 seconds. The win in the 800-meter free came minutes after Evans competed in the 200 IM.
I ran and swam the IM, and that was kind of a fun race, and then we swam the 800. It was hot, but hey, a medal is a medal, and then we got that relay done. That was a good way to end the meet for most of us.
It was a quick turnaround for Evans, who was fourth in 2 minutes 17.45 seconds. Margaret Aubrey Higgs finished fifth in 2 minutes 19.30 seconds.
I didn't do as well as I hoped to this morning, so it was a good morning swim, but I knew I had to pick it up a little bit during finals. I really worked the walls off of backstroke and freestyle, so that was pretty much my game plan, and to finish the last 50 free as well as I could.
Higgs and Evans teamed up with Lily Higgs and Laura Molly in the 4x100-meter freestyle relay. The quartet was fourth overall in 3 minutes 54.95 seconds. Anna Fernando competed in the B final of the 100-meter butterfly, posting 54.58 seconds for the win.
It's a huge accomplishment for me, and I'm interested to see where I go after I get a little bit of training under my belt. But it was a really good swim, in my opinion. Fastest I've ever came back in the second 50 of my whole entire life. Felt more controlled, and it's just a smarter race. I swim a smarter race today, so I'm interested to see where I get in the future.
A 4-member team representing the Bahamas in sailing at this edition of the Central American and Caribbean Games. Veteran sailor Jimmy Lowe sits at the helm and leads young and upcoming skippers like Michael McSweeney, who he is partnering with in the Snipe Open Series. Paul De Sousa is also here. He's competing as well as Spence Cartwright. The quartet struggled throughout the competition and were hoping to ride the waves to victory today in the final day of competition.
Yeah, it's been a really tough regatta for all of us. The conditions have been extremely windy. We've had up as high as 27 knots at some days. And, I think that our biggest fault is that we just weren't totally prepared for the extreme winds that we experienced. We were told originally that we're going to have winds from anywhere from 8 to 12 or 15 miles an hour. And I think we had one race like that, which is unfortunate, but, you have to be prepared for everything. But, we're giving it our best. We're hanging in there. We have some good races, some bad races. And today's the last day, so hopefully at the end of the day, everybody will be happy. I can tell you that everybody gave their all, that's for sure.
McSweeney Lowe's partner spoke about his experience at the Games.
It's very, very windy, and the Snipe itself doesn't really handle those conditions very well. So we've had a couple breakdowns, and unfortunately it's kind of put us in the back of the fleet, and we have no way to recover it. But besides that, I've been having a lot of fun out here, and it's good hard work and all that, but it's rewarding.
De Sousa had to make a few adjustments while out on the water.
I've had 2 breakdowns, just like the Snipe has, and it's been really windy, which we haven't trained in a while, just because during the summer there's not as much breeze back home. So it's been a bit of I wouldn't say a shock, but it's been different than what we've been used to recently, so we've had a tough time with it.
The Bahamas is out of medal contention, and the sailors are using the experience as a lesson learned ahead of Olympic qualification. Reporting from Barranquilla, Colombia, where the 23rd edition of the Central American and Caribbean Games is taking place, I'm Kelsey Johnson, ZNES Total Sports.
President of the Bahamas Olympic Committee, Romel Fish-Knowles, didn't make the trip to Colombia for the CAC Games, but he is keeping a keen eye on the competition, and he likes what he's seen so far, especially from Joanna Evans.
The CAC is not an easy competition in swimming. You have some of the world best in Latin America and Central and America and the Caribbean. So it's a quality win. There's a lot of pressure to win in this business, right? And so gold medals are not easy to come by. And so when you get them, you cherish them.
The BOC president also commented on the rumors that were circulating on social media earlier this week, which implicated quarter miler Stephen Newbold being involved in that brazen robbery in Grand Bahama.
I really can't say what I want to say on television, right? But it's sad, right? Here it is. You have a young, talented athlete on his way to Panama, leaving family and friends to go and represent the country. And to have some idiot on Facebook do this to his family and to him, you know, the mental, he's taking it very well, by the way, but that mental pressure, that mental stress, because I understand that perhaps the authorities are already looking for him. That's not called for. And I think people ought to be more responsible on social media. And I'm so sad for his family. I mean, and it's just sad. It's a terrible thing. And I hope the authorities do something about it, though, because we got to put a stop to this nonsense.
Before heading to the CAC Games this morning, our men's national softball team taking to the diamond last night for a warm-up against New Providence Softball Association All-Stars. The result wasn't the one the national team was looking for, as they lost 4-3.
I didn't get exactly what I wanted because I couldn't get the guys from the islands, from Freeport and from Apico in. But tonight at least I have Lyle here. He's going to throw a couple of innings just to stretch out and get ready and get used with the team players. It'll be the same thing with Thomas, who had a late start in the season. He'll be able to throw and get in the season. Like I said, my two guys from Freeport, they're not here, which will be, help me in the infield a lot, but we'll do something when we reach out in Columbia.
As for the expectations for the team once they reach the games,
I think we look into medal. Anything less than a medal, it would be a little letdown for us, because I know we capable of doing it. 1 through 9, and even the others we have with our pitching that's deep. We should look to medal on this trip.
We're going out one game at a time. We know this tournament is going to be tougher than the last one we're going to. So we're hoping that we don't make the mistakes that cause us to lose 3 good games down in Dominican Republic. So we hope we keep everything together, make less mistakes. These type of tournament, you don't score much runs in them.
We're trying to win it all, and hopefully we do. We get Alcott Forbes, we get Lyle, we get Thomas Davis, we get Jeffrey Woodside, we get Martin Burrows, we get all the pitching we need. There's no reason why we shouldn't do it.
Some of the players will play for these countries, different times out of the year. They play in the US, they play in Canada, and right now they could be back home representing their country. So we got our work cut out for us, and we know that, and we prepared for that.
softball not the only team sport the Bahamas will be competing in at CAC. As Charles Fisher tells us, the 242 will also be looking to make its presence felt on the hardwood.
Team Bahamas has been practicing together for the past month. First time the Bahamas will be represented at the CAC Games in basketball. This team different from the one that represented the 242 at the recent World Qualifiers. Robert Notman was part of that team and sees a lot of differences.
I feel this is a pretty cohesive team. Everyone in this team works well together. We all work hard. We're very versatile. And there's a lot this team can bring. We have a lot of intensity, a lot of energy, and a lot of size, so I feel pretty good about this team. The chemistry has been really good. Like off the court, we're a very close group, and that helps us on the court. So there's things we need to work out. We can talk about it, and we can come to a solution, so it's really good.
Kentuan Smith plays professionally in the Czech Republic. Likes the style of play this team will bring.
I feel pretty good about this team. It's a nice up-tempo practice, a lot of energy, a lot of athleticism, a lot of versatility. I feel like as many teams that I've been on, this has been the most energetic team, so it was more fun to play with them. We cause a lot of disruption. We get up under people and try to defend a lot harder.
17-year-old rookie and first time on a senior basketball team, Samuel Hunter, brings a lot to the table.
It's good and fun to play with other players and players older than me because I learn a lot of stuff and I see where I need to get stronger because they bully me sometimes.
How do you feel the chemistry the team is so far?
Yeah, I feel like we're energetic. We play a lot of defense, we run, and it's just been fun playing with these guys.
Assistant coach Trevor Grant.
What I noticed lately, they've been coming together as a unit. Before it was like individual, but now we're coming together as a unit. And I told them the strength of this team is to know where you're strong in, what area you're strong in, and know your pairs. Right now we can match up with bigs, we can match up with wings, and we can match up with point guards. The team is well-rounded, and then most everybody who's on this team have some ball handling skills. So if we fall short in one area, we can always implement somebody else from the next area.
The team leaves Thursday for the games. For ZNS Toll Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
From the WNBA, Jonquel Jones ending the first half of the season with a big game, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, lead the Connecticut Sun by the Washington Mystics 94-68. The Sun head into the All-Star break and even 14-14. Unlike last year, Jones not selected to the All-Star game, which we played on Saturday. And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
We'll be with you through new beginnings and sunset endings, through toil and many tears, through the joys and many fears. For all of life's ever-changing moments, trust J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers for all of your insurance needs. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
Clean clothes for the family, uniforms for the baby, suit for mommy and daddy. We wash it, press it, clean the suit. If you wanna look fly and you wanna look clean, if you wanna look fresh, better than all the rest. Bring on your church clothes and all your work clothes. Bring on your children clothes. Super wash.
At Outback Marathon Mall, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining, watching the big game on big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, lunch meetings, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was drop down and come up slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, I actually wanted to be a doctor. And when I was on my way to med school, I had this whole epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. It isn't anything specific. It's just, just enjoying the environment. And that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
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 Every day, every day, every day.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Missed something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we're going to get you started with our travel weather forecast, and your travel weather is brought to you by your All-Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your travel weather forecast brought to you by your All-Star Assurance. Now it's time for your complete weather forecast, starting you out in the tropics. The tropics remain quiet tonight. We still have those strong upper level winds, which are creating some sharing up there, and that African dust all keeping a lid on tropical cyclone development over the tropical Atlantic. And we'll take a look at our satellite pictures. Still have that stubborn mid to low level trough just to the east, to the west of the Bahamas, pardon me, and that continues to fire up periods of showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas. We should get some more of that during the early morning hours as well. And then we'll get things clearing up a bit in the afternoon tomorrow, pretty much as it was today. In the central parts of our country, high pressure is in control. Very moderate winds. We have caution flags up for you both in the central and southeastern islands, but there will be an abundance of sunshine in the central and southeastern islands tomorrow. And then our forecast for tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions with off and on showers and thunderstorms, particularly during the late night and early morning hours. Low temperature getting down to 76 degrees. And tomorrow, we're going to have variable cloudiness once again with pockets of showers, particularly in the morning hours. And as we said, things will dry out a bit in the afternoon for you. And you can see some evening showers returning in the forecast. High temperature tomorrow, 89 degrees. Extended weather forecast over the next 7 days, a couple of showers right into the weekend, and it seems as though Sunday may be your best shot for some sunshine and drier conditions as we go into the early part of next week. But the daytime temperatures, they're going to hug around the 90s, and when we combine all that relative humidity, as we said, we had 104 today. Tomorrow should be not much difference, about 105 degrees if you can stand that.
Woo. Thanks a lot, Basil. That does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks for looking in. Have a great night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Is fear of the finger stopping you from getting your prostate checked? Well, fear no more. And are you suffering from incontinence? Well, help is here. We're discussing innovations in urology in this